Hey guys, MrStardustRicon here, and what is up? Welcome. Well, I'm including this first opening part because, okay, obviously, this is a stream. Nobody's in the chat yet. Hopefully people join. But I'm including this first part because everything that I am streaming is going to be uploaded on either my Smash channel, and that is loud, is either going to be uploaded on my Smash channel or my Let's Play channel, and this will be uploaded on my Let's Play channel. As such, welcome to Rune Factory. It's an enjoyable Harvest Moon spin-off game, but let's enjoy this very, very grainy opening, and very low-class opening, if I do say so myself, but oh well. Gonna sit around awkwardly now as we get this started. Here we have our hero of the game, and here we have our main heroine of the game, Mist, who is going to be heavily enforced in this opening. They do this for the first couple Rune Factories, trying, hey, here's your main heroine, here's who we want you to marry, but honestly I find Mist to be a very, very boring main heroine. I find most of the main heroines boring, to be honest, but as such, I'm putting it out there right now that I'm not going to be marrying Mist. And here we have them running away from a dragon. Very, very static animation. The openings will get a lot better past this one. But I wanted to start at this one because, okay, this is the start of it all. It's a lot different of a Rune Factory game. It's not like later Rune Factory games, but it's not like Harvest Moon either. It's got some interesting things, and some things that thankfully wouldn't be brought back in later installations of the game. So, with that said, yeah. It's a game I enjoy, but I've never actually fully completed a Rune Factory. Well, not a Rune Factory game, because I've fully completed Frontiers, Tides of Destiny, and 3, and this whole marathon that I'm doing is going to be leading up to Rune Factory 4, which is something that I'm going to be enjoying a lot. Hopefully, I've heard a lot of great things about Rune Factory. But I own the entire series. I'm playing these physically. I am using my 3DS capture card for this. I own the whole series, but I have not ever played to completion Rune Factory 1 or 2. I haven't actually ever touched Rune Factory 2, as a matter of fact. Rune Factory... Oh, there's our other heroines, one of the ones that I'm much more likely to actually marry than Mist herself. But yeah, Rune Factory 1 is a game that I've picked up and put down like 3 or 4 times, I want to say now. And it's just something that has never held my interest for too long. And here we have, I believe the main character. Yeah, okay. See, here's my old save file. So let's just get over there. Kingdom of Norad, Far East region, outside the town of Cardia. Month of spring, day 1 holiday, and it's an early morning. We're not using proper months and years like January through December. We're using, if you're unfamiliar with Harvest Moon, we're using a 4-month system of spring, summer, autumn, and winter. But here we have our hero, whose name is Raguna, I believe. Can't go on. He seems to have been traveling for a long time without any food or water. And here we have Mist herself, colloquialized as girl for now. I've never seen anyone on the verge of collapsing before, and this is going to be something we're going to, well, come to enjoy in Rune Factory. It's kind of a bit of a trope. In media itself, at this point, it's, well, going to be a Rune Factory staple, except for one game. Been walking for days now without any food or water. That's not healthy. Hold on a second. She goes back into her house and gives us a hoe. That's very helpful. Oh boy. Actually, I was hoping for some water. Water, She's going to retrieve it for us. Very, very lovely of a girl. She gives us a watering can. Not what we meant, but he meant some drinking water, so that's perfectly known. Oh, duh. Sorry, it's just you came all the way here, and I thought you would be looking for a hoe and a watering can. It would be more your style. And apparently we look like some farmer, so that's all good. So she gives us some water and some bread, something to lift our spirits, raise our RP, and save our lives. Because, you know, we haven't eaten anything in forever. Don't remember anything about ourselves. This is another trope of the Rune Factory series. We are actually amnesiacs, at least for most of the games. There's, like I said, one exception, and that's honestly a little bit of a black sheep of the series. So, yep, our name is Raguna, a very, very, very classy name if there ever was one, and that actually fits the full thing of all 6 letters, so that's all good. However, that is not something that I will be using, because I would use Stardust because, okay, that's my tag and everything, that's what I go by, but unfortunately Stardust itself is 8 letters rather than 6, so I'm going to just go with my real name, Nate, and we'll go from there. That's pretty much what I'm going to be naming all the protagonists of Rune Factory, because 6 character limit is kind of boring. Nate, I like it. You do? Thanks. By the way, what's your name? Mist. So what am I going to do now? Try and find an inhabited town? I haven't thought past that part yet. There's an empty house that Mist is trying to give us, and we're like, we shouldn't, obviously. But she's like, hey, I'll give you the house, but you have to work as a farmer. I believe you have talent, so we're gonna run through and claim a nice house in the name of Nate, and thanks to Miss Kindness. But here we're having full control. We have sort of tile-based movement. We have tiles here, but it's actually free-based. It's not anything like a 3-directional movement. You are still locked to 8-direction D-pad. It is a DS game, but we do have, as it stands, we have our tool here, and I'm just trying to remember everything with Rune Factory 1, because it is a lot different of a game. But here we have our settlement, our nice little home abode with, okay, R is how you run, okay. We have our little home abode, and as you can see, we have a large field, but that large field is filled with nothing but weeds and dried grass and sticks and rocks, so let's just talk to Mist to get this going. This is my home and farm. What do you think? Not too bad, eh? Well, I think it's a piece of shit, but we're going to move on from that. But I'm not asking you to let me work on the land here or anything. Don't worry about that. It's better for me to get all the help that I can. But this is the field. I have not done any work on it for a while, so it's overgrown. She's putting us to work, even though we didn't ask for it. But suddenly, a monster. There's a monster here. Step back, Mist. And we are going to be very, very brave men and use a gardening hoe to beat the crap out of the monster. And I'm starting off by getting hit myself, and I have to get used to Rune Factory 1's clunky combat. Because despite, okay, Rune Factory in itself is a lot more action-based than Harvest Moon, obviously. But that doesn't mean the combat was natural and free-flowing off the bat. No, this game's combat can be very, very clunky. I managed to defeat it. Are you okay, Mist? Yeah, I'm okay. What about you? I'm okay. I took some health damage, but I managed to till three tiles of dirt, so everything's okay in that regard. I'm also okay, but I think I killed the monster. No, it's still alive. And yeah, we here learn the cop-out answer to we're not really killing monsters. We have return-in on pretty much everything on every tool, every weapon has return-in on it, so we can return monsters to what in this game is called the original place, but it's the Forest of Beginnings in later games. It looked like its soul went to heaven, but in fact it returned to the real homeland, the first forest, or Forest of Beginnings later. Oh really? Well, I'm glad that I didn't kill it! Yay! Anyway, I was impressed by you there. Did you learn swordsmanship from somewhere? I may have, but my memory, yeah. This is gonna be kind of, a bit not friendly. Mist is one of the main poster girls of the entire Rune Factory franchise, and not one that I'll be honest very much. But some people in town live with monsters, yeah. Fighting. We can recruit monsters later on, so that'll be okay. Well, she owes us for, as a token of my gratitude, I'm gonna let you work for me. Brilliant. Thank you. No, I really can't do that. I'm just gonna get a move on and say thank you. Well, if you insist, thank you very much. You'll work here. I'm so happy. But why are you doing so much for me? I feel that you have potential. And that potential is either going to be sought after, or maybe everyone in the town will make fun of me for falling into this Ponzi scheme. Who knows? Growing vegetables will help me get my memory back, apparently. According to Mist, at least. I don't believe that. But ask her if there's anything that I need to do. How do you grow vegetables? How do you plow the field? What are HP and RP? I know all this and can explain that to everything. Okay, I'm sure that's not everything. Is there anything else you want to ask me? I'll be fine. Well, you're more impatient than I thought. Right, I'm going to give you these seeds, probably turnip seeds, because she loves turnips. And it's actually radish seeds. Very, very, very different from other Rune Factory games. Oh yeah, let's give the farm a name. Try and think of something cool. Luckily, we can actually name it something more than 6 letters, so, or at least we can in later games. Hopefully I can fit it. Let me see. Because it'd be nice if I could name it after myself. And I can. So we have Stardust Field, Stardust Farm, one of the two. It's something that's also going to become common in my Rune Factory and Harvest Moon Let's Plays. So, on the top screen, which is the secondary screen that we see there on the bottom below my webcam, we actually have the map to the entire, like, world, actually, I believe. And that you think would be very, very important, but it's kind of, at least as far as I can tell, kind of useless overall. But from there we can tell where exactly we are in this wonderful world. But as such, we also have the more important timer and the date and, you know, all that. As well as weather information. But this Rune Factory doesn't keep track of minutes, it keeps track of 10 minutes, so it's a lot harder to tell various information. But I've gotten out of tutorial. This is honestly one of the least, like, most on your own Rune Factories, I feel like. And as such, I'm just trying to clean up my field a little bit. I can, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I should go to the actual town, because it's a holiday, and there's a reason why they start, like, every first of Rune Factory, at least for spring, which is what we're in, starts us off in summer, or no, in spring, and I think I'm repeating myself here, sorry. But every Rune Factory spring, like number 1, starts off on a holiday, and there's not much you can do on holidays, so I'm going to spend the majority of today just trying to clean up the field, settle down some nice land, hoe some dirt, till it, as it were, and go from there. We are going to be selling a lot of what I'm picking up here, because if we go into my inventory right here, things like this, weeds, they only sell for 2, but hey, 2 is better than none. But I'm not sure if they have the soil system in this or not, so I'm going to keep my withered grass. The weeds, they only stack at 9. I'm going to also be keeping things like medicinal herbs and antidotal herbs, because medicinal herbs actually heal us for a decent amount at this point in the game, and I think we can use them later on in different crafting recipes, so that's all fun and well. We also am going to be keeping things like sticks, because while the stone system wouldn't be introduced until Rune Factory 4. We still do have the lumber system, so I'm going to be saving all my lumber that I can until I get to a point where I'm able to use an axe to cut them up and get actual lumber to put in. Let me run over here. I think it's over here. This is actually where we're going to be putting all of our monster barns later on. I have no idea where our lumber shed is, actually. It doesn't appear to be here yet. I simultaneously love and hate this game because it's, oh god, it is very, very clunky. Alright. It's gonna take some getting used to, that's for sure. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just like, oh god, it's very... Honestly, this game's almost 10 years old now, I believe. I think I read something on Reddit a little, like, maybe today or on Friday or Thursday or something about, hey, Rune Factory is turning 10 years old soon. And that's a very cool thing to note, because this is a really nice series, and because of Miracle Inc., I think is who develops the games. I don't really pay attention. Going bankrupt in a little while. While the people who picked up the company, Xseed, has hinted about possibility of something like trying to keep the overall franchise afloat and do a Rune Factory 5. They haven't mentioned anything about it for like a good, I want to say, a year or something. So it is actually very likely that we won't be seeing another Rune Factory game. And as such, it's kind of a shame because this is a really, really good series. But, okay, good. We can, okay, so one seed is one 3x3 square. It's kind of different for different games, so that's nice to know. Okay, another nice thing about this game is I can take my stylus. And I don't think I actually have anything in my water pail, so fill up that real quick. I can take my stylus, as we see, and just come over here and click on the different spots, and, oh wait, I have to highlight that first. Go on the different spots and just have it auto do it, so very nice and handy, do it auto. It's, with this game, sort of, less than stellar, I'm gonna say, movement. It's a very, very helpful degree. So I'm gonna be doing that for a large amount of my field work because I love this feature. And we are approaching. It always seems like I don't have enough to do in Rune Factory days, or like I don't have enough to do in Rune Factory days because like I feel. I don't know if the bathhouse is open on, like, holidays, but if it isn't, then I'm kind of screwed out of things to do, because it's like, oh boy, what do I do now? I'm almost out of RP, I don't want to use my HP, and that's a mechanic I should get into for those who are not keen to Rune Factory or have never played it before. The RP is basically a stamina system, to where we have a set amount of RP and things we can do with that RP. That RP and our HP overall will be going up as we level up, but for now it's kind of really small. And as such, what we can do with this RP is, well, everything. Everything relies on RP, and that's the gloriousness of RP. But if you run out of RP, then it'll start dipping. Any action that you do will start dipping into your HP, and after that, after it starts dipping into your HP, then you can do so many tasks, and then you'll pass out from exhaustion, or maybe die in this game, because in later games, when you do something in dungeon, like if you lose all your HP in dungeon, then you are going to be sent to the clinic. You passed out, you died in dungeon. However, this game isn't so grateful, I want to say, and basically is just like, hey, you actually died. So there's a lot more of a threat when it comes to combat in this game as well, which is something that's kind of neat, I guess. But overall, just going to worry about a lot of cleanup this early game, because we have a huge